What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Bearded Browns podcast with Angel Ortiz and myself.
What is up, Browns fans?
Man. So, Merry Christmas to everybody. Hope
Merry
everybody had a great Christmas with their families and friends and plenty of drinks and good stuff.
Yes.
I'm wearing
Plenty
a
of
gift right
drinks.
now.
Get that Nick Chubb throwback. I got this from my mother-in-law. It's a Cleveland football hoodie. I love it. It's perfect.
I do like
Believe
that.
it or not, I did not have a Browns hoodie, and I was like, man, I forgot to ask one for Christmas. So I was like, I'll wait to see what I got, if I get any gift cards. And believe it or not, she actually thought of me and got me one.
It's cute.
Yes. I gotta get one with the logo on it, but it's good for now, I guess.
It works. Remember the point that I pointed out last week when I said every time I wear a hat forward, you wear a hat forward, and every time now we're opposite today.
We broke the streak. And we were doing that subconsciously, not on purpose either.
Hopefully the Browns don't break that win streak and we'll be all right.
Yes. We cannot afford that.
This is another amazing win. 33. Wow. Jeez. I have so much stuff written in my notes here, dude. 36-22 win over the Houston Texans.
And it shouldn't even have been that close, but we almost had another heart attack, but thankfully he brought their starters back in on offense and sealed the deal.
I wasn't too worried about this one. I really wasn't. It's normal Browns fashion where we do freak out, but this time I wasn't. I was all right this time. I'll say that.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Like always, I am going to play Kevin Stefanski's locker room speech. And I don't know if you heard it this week or not yet. And I know you're not going to be able to hear it in the podcast, which is a bummer. But I'm going to play that real quick because, again, it's great, man. We got a lot to talk about in this show as well. There's a lot. History being made all around the team. Huge injuries again, but
we're going to overcome them. We will overcome.
I almost call today's show Next Man Up because that's our motto this year. So
basically,
let me gather this up real quick, and then I will bring. You just won't be able to hear it, Angel. You could.
It's all good.
I'll play this real quick. I just got to remember to turn off the sound afterwards. So here we go. This is Kevin Stefanski locker room speech after the big win against the Houston Texans. Here we go.
Hey, fellas, the journey continues, okay? That's number 10. All right, that's number 10. Now, this is a resilient bunch. Sometimes you try to prove how resilient you are, okay, in the last fourth quarter there, okay? But take care of our business, and that's what we did today. Defensively, 2 takeaways, JOK and Duran. 3 sacks, 2 by the captain, number 99.
All love, man. I love each and every one of y'all, man. Let's just keep going. Come on, man. Let's just keep going, man. This is 1-0. We went 1-0 this week. So, man, let's just keep it going, baby. Get to the playoffs. Yes, sir. Love y'all.
Real quick, that was Zadarius Smith with 2 big sacks in that game.
Huge sacks.
Yes.
27 of 42, 368 yards and 3 touchdowns. Browns record, 265 yards. 11 catches, 2 touchdowns by number 2.
Hey, man. Hey, let's keep going 1-0 every week, bro. When we play our brand of football, nobody could play with us, man. I love you, boys.
Good teams win on Sunday, like I said, and turn around and win on Thursday. Good teams win on Sunday, turn around and win on Thursday. Now, you win on Thursday, you've earned that second season. That's what's at stake.
I'm not going to play any more of that. It's right to the point. Good teams play on Sunday and turn around and win on Thursday.
All day.
It's going to be huge for us. It's a must win. Yes, we're pretty much guaranteed a spot in the playoffs right now, Angel. You know that. But we're still fighting for that number 1 seed, which is a possibility.
It's close. I think it's like a 3% chance still, even though San Francisco let us down. I actually thought for sure that San Fran was going to win yesterday. But after and I was actually it's weird because I thought looked this up and posted it before they did on the telecast. So give me credit for it, not the telecast. But I didn't
I
realize
like when
how
you say
Brock,
that. I don't know why. It sounds so
yeah,
much better.
Brock Purdy. I actually posted it in our group too before then, but in our Bearded Browns podcast on Facebook, Brock Purdy struggled against the North in the AFC. Outside of Pittsburgh, Cincinnati he lost. Us obviously lost in Baltimore, and he's threw a total. He's got 11 interceptions, and over half of them are against our division. Weird,
he,
isn't it?
he threw 4 yesterday.
Yeah, 4, and then he threw. Yeah, okay. He had 7 interceptions. He threw 2 against us and 1 against Cincy, and so that 7 of his 10, 7 of his 11 is against the AFC North.
Yeah, he had 4
So
yesterday,
with
then the
that being
one.
with that being said, bring it because we would beat them any day. Because our defense is just tough. Purdy might be struggling against the tough AFC North defense that we're just rough, man. And is it true since we beat San Francisco and Baltimore beat San Francisco, that makes us the best team in the NFL, right?
It definitely got the
Makes
best
sense.
defense by far, hands
it,
down.
it makes sense. It makes us.
I honestly think there is no other defense, maybe Detroit Lions, that compare.
No, I agree.
That's AFC, NFC, so
I
it's a
agree.
huge margin of difference this year. You would never imagine Jim Schwartz making such a huge impact within 1 year, man. That still got me mind boggled. I'm like, this guy turned around in one off season and made the defense beyond incredible.
Beyond. And a credit also Andrew Barry in the front office who single-handedly targeted talent for him in order to execute the defense he wanted because allowing him to get the corners that he needed and the nickels and the backside of the defense shored up to allow him to be able to rush everybody and do single coverage has allowed this defense to totally transform itself compared to last year. Last year, the issue we could have won. We were talking about this before. The difference between this year and last year obviously is the defense, but also even in the midst of the defensive struggles, our kicker sucked. And there have been plenty of games where we were in it. If he would have just hit a field goal, we would have won.
Yep.
So those 2 acquisitions alone made our team just night and day different. And if it wasn't for the friggin' injuries, I think we would. And I know I just made a joke about it passively aggressively, but I think we would be the best team in the NFL if it wasn't for the injuries with Chubb and the other injuries surrounding the defense and not our offensive line.
I agree, 100%. The big signing because Dustin Hopkins is out and Corey Bojorquez is out as well.
I didn't see that. Bojorquez is out?
Yeah, Bojorquez might be back, though. His is quadricep on his kicking leg.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on behind me. But he should be back. We did pick up Matt Hack. And I do not remember where exactly he came from. He's going to be the holder and punter. We did sign Riley Peterson, which came from Detroit. Yes. They got rid of him in week 15.
Yeah, if you want some of his numbers, I got it for you. Field goals made is 58, and the attempted is 66. So he's 58 for 66. He's 87.9% on field goals. His longest is 53, and he has 46 touchbacks in case they need a kicker to kick it in the end zone. So yeah, about was it 3 years he's been in the league? He was with the Lions and with the Jags, and then with the Lions again, and they cut him. But I think he could be a good replacement for now. Hopefully Hop comes back because we're going to need that leg.
Absolutely. That guy has saved us so many games this year. It is the real D-Hop is what I call him because you got,
yes.
But
you had DeAndre Hopkins in Tennessee.
Right. So 8 of his kicks this year, he's made 33 out of 36. 8 of them were 50 and beyond. So he's got a leg.
He does. See, yeah,
Um,
53 is his longest. It's the new guy's longest. So I wonder how Kevin's going to play that midfield game, knowing that how unsure. Maybe they'll know once they get him kicking in the practice, but to see how he would play call it differently now that D Hop is out, knowing that he can only hit a 53 longest is 53. I wonder how he would play that.
so we could bring up some stats for the just the whole match itself. We again one time of possession, 33.57 minutes. They had
Yeah,
26.43. That's crucial, man. Time of possession is
that's
huge without running
you
the
win
ball.
it. Yeah, running the rushing yards is only 30 yards for 54 carries, 30 yards or 30 carries, 54 yards.
Uh,
That's not good. I think they said the last couple games they've been averaging 2.2 yards per carry.
But if you really look at it, for the rushing, look at Pierre Strong. 5 rushes for 22 yards, averaging 4.4 yards.
I've been advocate for him lately. I feel that he is, and I hope that he gets more. Actually, we were watching it here on Christmas Eve, and I was talking to my father-in-law and a couple of my brother-in-laws about him. Like, why don't they just play this guy more? It just seems like he's just quicker right now over both Hunt and Ford. I actually don't know what's wrong with Ford. He'll get a runoff, and then he'll just struggle for like the rest of the game, which is weird. But
It has been weird. I want to say the last 2 or 3 games.
yeah. Maybe it's a line issue, the inconsistency there. Maybe that has something to do with it. Hopefully they get that fixed. Even
But
though we have Flacco fever, I'm hoping that it kind of balances it out here sooner or later because I don't know how much fever we can get with Flacco, even though he
it's
seems to be
Flacco fever,
untouchable.
man.
Even though he seems to be untouchable right now.
That all the play action passes and right to Amari Cooper on the sidelines. Amari Cooper's mindset, dude, to be able to have 2 feet in bounds for, I want to say I've seen 6 plays where Amari Cooper,
And he's covered. He's draped.
yeah, and just still
He's
making
it's
the
the
play
guys on
happen.
him.
Right.
It's insane.
We had 26
Uh,
first downs to their 20.
yeah.
It didn't seem like
The
that, but
the punt average was 49.3 for our punter, even though when did he get hurt?
I didn't
Was it
know until
running?
after the
I
game, to
didn't
be
know.
honest.
It could be reason why they had who was kicking for them.
I don't think we kicked at all after that. We went for it every
Uh,
time. I was at a family
uh,
gathering. I'm sure you were. It's Christmas
uh,
Day.
yeah, and that was my family. My in-laws were here for Christmas Eve, and it was Bell, the corner Bell or safety Bell did the kick, the only kick,
Huh.
which was just basically a line drive after Borges was hurt. But
That
yeah, they didn't
works.
say anything in the telecast or anything about it, which is why I found it weird when you said that they found I'm like, he's hurt. What? I didn't see anything about that.
I did homework tonight before we went live, and that's when I was like,
Uh,
wait, what? I
what?
mean, I
He's
heard he was
hurt?
hurt, but right, and it's a quadricep. But they're
Yeah,
saying that he
that's
should be back. He might not be back by Thursday, but sooner than
yeah,
later,
man.
excuse me.
Yeah, we need those legs. Both of their legs are difference makers. Borges's legs, sometimes he pins them in that 1 yard line, 5 yard line, and back. Man, that's crucial.
Then that 72
Crucial.
yarder he had a couple weeks ago.
That's insane.
Oh,
A couple of
man.
things that I do know that from a statistic point, and I know, I mean, the defense when they were in the red zone, the defense was in the red zone. They allowed 2 scores, but the issue is they continue not to allow field goals but touchdowns, and that scares me going forward when teams are better in the playoffs. Like, how are we going to shut them down to field goals? They were 2 for 2 with 100 at 100%, obviously. I think we really need to shore that up on the defensive end. Now, the plus side is they only got in the red zone twice all game, which is good. But
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, when you have an actual offensive team you're playing in the playoff that's better than Texas, Houston, that's something I feel like we need to shore up. And I'm afraid that if that's just who we are, we'll have to score like 63 points with Flacco in the playoffs, which you probably could considering friggin' Amari Cooper's catching over 10 guys. I mean, but I like them to shore that up a little bit.
We're at 364 passing yards to their 178, and that was Case Keenum, our old quarterback.
Yeah, he threw 2 picks too. And he threw 2 picks, and they kicked him out. It was
Yeah.
like, you're done.
We only had 54 rushing yards to their 72, and is it? They have Devin Singletary now. He had
Yeah,
a few nice breakaway runs,
yeah.
dude. I was like, whew.
And I was worried the run game coming into it because I'm pretty sure Houston's run game is, if middle, maybe above middle of the pack. But again, our defense seems to struggle against the run at times, and they shored that up. And the road defense showed up finally, right? It's like all year they struggled on the road until today, until Christmas Eve, and they were like, "Here's your present. We're going to show up on the road now."
In
Hopefully, it
Houston.
continues in Houston.
They looked good on the turf, man.
Yeah, but the Browns had 1 sack for 3 sacks against the Texans, 33 yards lost. Friggin' Smith's 2 sacks were insane, and those are the best sacks, like timely sacks where they were just driving. They seemed like they had some momentum, and then boom,
Yep.
lose 10 yards. Amazing.
Zadarius Smith shutting them down.
Yeah, shutting them down. Yeah.
We won the penalty battle this week. We only had 9; they had 10.
Yes, 55 yards, 76 for them. Yes. We
That's huge.
we were 4 for 6 in the red zone, which is 67%, but that's good. But goal to goal, what's even more important, we had 100% when we're on the goal line. Normally, I don't like when Kevin kind of like when I was talking about one of my brother-in-law. It's like, why don't you just run it on the goal? Just run it, just run it. Like, start doing these 3 plays and then running it last, because it just running. That's the only thing I have against him sometimes. It's like,
agree.
you're on the goal line, just pound it. You have Hunt, he'll get you that 1 yard. Just pound it. He just gets too
I think
fancy.
you're more
Like,
likely
he'll
to throw a
line.
pick.
Yes, because everything's shorter, and the corner can actually have 5 yards that they can play tighter.
Absolutely.
So, and you have Hunt, and I don't like Hunt lining behind as a quarterback at the goal line. Like, just do old school I formation and just put the fullback there and just hit it.
Yes. Not hard.
Not hard.
Yeah.
They did have that punt return, which was annoying, but other than that, that's all they really did all game. It was what was it, 98-yard punt return, which stunk, but and that's how Hop got hurt at the same time, so that insult to injury.
Yeah, dude.
Literally.
It just never fails, it seems, the Cleveland Browns. But like I said earlier, we have next man up motto, and I almost called today's show "Next Man Up" because you know what it is, man. That's what it is. It's next man up, and we've overcome so much. And you always say it best. I'm trying to share our. Why can't I paste? Oh, there we go. Hit the wrong button. That's why. The team morale, and I think Flacco is a true leader. Next. All right. Shared it to our pages. Sorry.
Nice.
Just the adversity and everything that we've gone through, and to still be able to pull these games off is beyond it's unimaginable, man. Like, honestly, like, you sit here week to week and you're like, there's no way we're going to win this game. San Francisco, Baltimore, Steelers, which are they're the Steelers, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, and that game is always hit and miss. That even if you're good, sometimes you find a way to lose those games, even in the midst of adversity, like injuries. Like, the typical old culture Browns will find a way to lose against the Texans. Yes, you have a better quarterback.
Culture.
Yes, culture. Yes, you have a better quarterback than them. Yes, you have better. I don't know, maybe the same type of receivers, because Texans receivers are going to be dangerous in a couple of years. Texans are going to be insanely good in a couple of years once Stroud stays healthy and they add more pieces to it. But our defense is top notch. So you that's what you're kind of leaning on. Like, I hope our defense. But with the way Flacco has been playing, you're like, put us up against anybody. Put us up against Miami. Put us up against obviously Kansas City right now, because they just stink. Anybody, and we'll beat them. Baltimore. We'll beat Baltimore. I just, the way our defense is playing and Flacco's throwing, we'll score touchdown for touchdown. We'll outscore you.
Yeah.
I firmly believe that.
We will come in and dominate.
Dominate.
what did I have here? Again, Cooper on the sidelines, man. I wrote this down in my notes today. Insane, absolute insanity. I've never seen a wide receiver not only catch balls like that, but so. And I guess the guy that was covering him had 0 snaps this year, is what I heard.
Really?
So
That's
you got to take
smart.
that into consideration. But why
That's
would you
smart.
put?
Line him
Yeah.
up against the guy. Line him up against him. Line him up against him.
That
That's
was what I
smart,
heard, and I
man.
was like, "Whoa, why would you put him against Cooper?" But
But the thing is, the guy, most like maybe a little bit over half. I'll have to go back and watch the tape. But he was like, the coverage was good. So it wasn't like the guy was getting burnt outside of maybe a couple throws, but the guy was like on him. I don't even know. Like, I'm thinking, like, how did he catch? There was that throw on the sideline. I was like, oh, he didn't catch that.
yeah, I'm
And
like,
then
I
they
was
showed the
watching
replay. I'm
replay.
like, me and my brother-in-law was like, how did he? Dude, I had to rewind it and show it to my father-in-law because he was upstairs. He's like, what happened? I'm like, dude, you need to watch this catch. He's like, how did he catch that? It was like insane.
I sat there in awe, Angel. I'm like,
It was magical, man. It was magical.
that's what we did at my family's. We're at my uncle's house, and I was like, dude, there's no way he caught that. It did not look like he was in bounds. And then they run over there, yes, and then they showed a replay, and I'm like, 2 feet.
And I mean, the Browns got up to the line, so they couldn't challenge it. But even if they would have challenged it, it would have showed it was a catch, 100%.
Right.
It's just insane. And he wanted to go in. He wanted to go in and to get 300. And I don't know if you saw. I saw a video today where Cooper went up to Kevin and was like, basically saying, "Hey, can I get in? I could get 300. I can get more yards." And he was like, that's when he pulled the starters out, and you could see Kevin's voice, mouth go, absolutely not.
Right.
He's like, we're done. We're up by like triple digits. And I think what changed his mind for sure to secure the win was, well, obviously the onside kick, and they scored again right after they scored. And he's like, crap, I got to slow this down a little bit.
Yeah.
But, and I'm glad he did because he was able to get, obviously, the single season record for the Browns in receiving yardage because of that. And he's noticed that once he got the record, they pulled him out. It's like, come on,
Yeah.
man, throw another 20 yards. Let that
Yeah,
dude get
exactly.
300.
Just let him get 20 more yards. We're not gonna have another receiver in 2 decades that'll be able to do that.
Yeah.
So,
Insane.
I was texting you actually the other day when I was watching the documentary on Marty Schottenheimer. Yeah.
Yeah, I got to
Wow.
watch that.
What a great mistake that was. Marty Schottenheimer. It was good, man. That guy is a legend. And that was my cats.
Cats.
I thought that was a
Yeah,
child
they're
falling
partying.
down the stairs. Did you hear all that?
Cat party. Yeah. Pot and
Wow.
pants sounds like someone's trying to cook.
No, they.
No, I was listening to Michael Lombardi saying how it is a travesty that he is not in the Hall of Fame because he didn't win a Super Bowl.
Yep.
And that's the only reason.
Been so close. The drive and the fumble
Yeah.
the year before that. Then he went to Kansas City and the Chargers. I gave my cats catnip like an hour and a half ago, dude. There's no reason this should be happening.
It didn't work, man. It was a weak catnip.
I gotta talk to their dealer.
Like, are you sure this is catnip or
Right.
is this grass, regular your lawn grass? That's crazy.
I have been excited for Stats with an Angel.
Yes,
We both did.
it's back.
Yeah.
It's back.
We did some stuff and figured out a lot. There's a lot going on in my house right now. I feel like it's Christmas here again right now.
You got cats on catnip, man. They're tripping.
Yeah. But who's down for some Stats with an Angel? Because there's a lot this week. It's pretty great, to be honest. There's stuff.
Lots of stuff to talk about.
So I'm going to play your intro. I'll come back and let you know when you're good. And we will go from there. Let's play Angel's
Perfect.
intro. Boom.
We are ready.
It's all yours, Angel.
All right, Stats with an Angel. And these are stats you probably won't get anywhere else other than this podcast. So continue to like, share, and comment. let people know that we know what we're talking about. We're actually smart. Even though we're good looking with beards, we're actually smart. Also, the first stat I want to share with you is this. Flacco, 27 for 42, 368 yards. It is the third game. Listen to this, Browns fans. It is the third game in a row that he's had 300 yards and 2 TDs. And it's insane. 3 weeks in a row that he's thrown 300 yards and 2 touchdowns. Now, yes, he's thrown 2 interceptions, but we can forgive that. Why? Because he is over exceeding what we've ever seen in our lifetime. Well, my lifetime as a Browns fan. Number two, you got to give it up for the MVP of the game, Amari Cooper. 11 targets, 11 catches on 15 targets, 265 yards, beating Josh Smoke the Weed Gordon's record for 261 in 2013. Okay, and here's another wild stat. There's only 3 teams in the AFC with double-digit wins. You ready for this? Ravens, Dolphins, and our Browns. And guess what? We beat the Ravens, so we should get extra points for that. There are 7 teams total in the league with double-digit wins. That's 49ers, Lions, Eagles, the Cowboys, which, you know, a lot of people hate them, and them boys, and the 3 teams, Ravens, Dolphins, and us. And guess what? We beat the Niners, and we beat, we're going to remind you guys this every week, we beat the Niners, and we beat the Ravens in their home, by the way. So we are the best team in the league over the last 3 games.
And we're ready to do it again.
And we're ready to do it again in the playoffs, and then we'll meet you in the Super Bowl, San Francisco. It could be anywhere in the world. We'll beat you. Okay, that next one. Over the last 3 games, the Browns have ran 76 times for 172 yards. That's 2.2 yards per carry. Worst in the NFL. But it's okay because we have Flacco fever, and it's going to be an epidemic here soon. Okay.
Lights out.
They aren't throwing lights out. They aren't throwing because they have Flacco. Trust me, it's okay. Once we get the line show up, I'm sure that's going to add up more. But Flacco has responded well. And this is last. And this is me being on my soapbox and continuing to preach about our coach, Kevin. He is one of the best Browns coaches we've ever seen. I know it's early, and you're sitting there saying, "Oh, how can you say that? It's only 4 years in," because he already has as much wins as your beloved. Who's that Patriots coach that we? Oh yeah, that's right. I was going to call him Bill Parcells. What's his name again?
Belichick.
Belichick. Yes, Bill Belichick. Yes, he has more wins than Bill Belichick. Coach Kevin Stefanski has 5 wins over all 5 coaches of the year candidates. That's right. He has 5. He has beat all of them. So what does that make him? Automatic coach of the year. And that would be his 2nd coach of the year in 4 years. You know what we need to do? Sign this dude. 5-year extension. Pay him whatever he wants to do. Buy him a land somewhere in the middle of nowhere if you need to. Keep him here. Keep the front office here. You created a culture that is winning despite adversity. Imagine if you didn't have any adversity. That is it. No more. Oh, sorry. The defense showed up again. Showed up finally on the road, and they only allowed 15 total points. If they continue that, I'm sorry, the Browns will win the Super Bowl.
Want to know one more fun stat?
One more. Give it to us.
Kevin Stefanski cannot get injured. He can get COVID again, but he's only missed 1 game in his tenure here, so boom.
Take that.
Next,
if anybody
man
wants
up.
if anybody wants to sponsor the segment, please send us an email.
Absolutely.
Until next time. Stats with an Angel is done.
Boom. Till next week.
Next week with more stats.
I don't know how we're going to do next week. It's going to be a Thursday game. So we could do Sunday, or we could just stick to Tuesday. We'll figure that out.
I think maybe we do a special Sunday one, since we're just going to be sitting around watching other teams lose. Everyone's going to lose or tie. Everyone's losing or tying next week besides the Browns. That's going to give us the edge. It's the number 1 seed.
Yes.
Hopefully.
I'm okay with that. We activated PJ Walker as a backup because Dorian Thompson-Robinson is out with a hip injury. I guess he left on a with a cane. So
Oh,
he
that's not good.
season-ending injury. I'd much rather see DTR than PJ Walker, I guess. I
Yeah, they need another backup.
That's a rough one. I don't know if our comments aren't working today or nobody's just commenting, but maybe it's I don't know. We'll figure that out. But
They
let's
need
see.
a backup stat. We're switching advertisement from Samuel Adams to Jack Daniels.
Stay thirsty, my friends.
Yeah, stay thirsty. My brother just handed this to me. It's gonna be insane. But nonetheless, man, the Browns. Yeah, hopefully people. I don't know if the comments are working. I don't know. Comment, people. If you're on, comment. Let us know what you feel about the Browns and their winning streak. Was it 3 games now?
Yeah, it's
That's
Sam.
something what no one is talking about. It's a winning streak. We have won 3 games. I believe it's been 3 games. And it actually has not that I'm going to complain, which I should complain. It's not talked about a lot. I think
It's
Kevin
really
is
not.
I think Kevin is getting a lot more love in the media for Coach of the Year, which is encouraging.
Well, we got a comment. Sorry, we're working. We're good. Sorry.
Whew, thank you.
No errors.
RG3 as a backup.
Hey,
Nah.
Angel. 0 errors so far this podcast.
See, we will get better as we continue to do this. I promise you that. We're like a well-oiled machine in a couple weeks here.
Yes.
And no to RG3, I'm sorry. I refuse to allow him to play on the Browns. He has not thrown the ball in over 10 years, and he is skinny and not tall. Give me somebody that is tall and has a big arm like Joe Flacco,
Please.
and then I will say yes to that. Sorry, RJ Fish, I disagree with you as a backup. I know RGG's pining to get on the field again, but I'm good. We did the RG3 experience before, and it was not. It brings up bad memories. Sorry.
We were talking about that on Christmas with my family, and I brought up the fact that he made a YouTube video talking about how smart he is. Definitely no to Cam Newton, RJ. I am good.
Anybody that has been out of the league for 2+ years is automatic no for me.
Yeah.
Especially Cam Newton. He had won, and his MVP year was probably his best year. He hasn't thrown the ball in 20 years, it seems like, so I'm good on that.
Yeah, I haven't heard. It seems like I haven't heard that in a while. That name until
Yeah.
the Browns lost quarterback, and everybody needs money.
Yeah, give me another quarterback that's about 6'3", 230, 240 with a cannon arm, and then we'll talk about that. But
Yeah, give me another Joe Flacco.
yeah.
Let me see. So I believe Flacco's officially signed a 1-year deal with the Browns worth $4.5 million. It includes incentives. The incentives are kind of crazy. So each win, where did that go? Continue reading. Each win he gets so much money. It's $75,000 per regular season win, $250,000 per wild card if he gets a wild card win, $500K for divisional win, and $1 million for AFC Championship win. The Super Bowl, I say he gets $2 million, but I say buy the guy a house, whatever car he wants.
Yes, free drinks all throughout downtown in Ohio. Just if his name is Joe Flacco, you're going to give him a drink and his food for free, and his family and his extended family. Anyone he brings in with him gets free stuff.
I'll buy his grandparents dinner. I don't care. I don't at all. It's been since Bernie that we've seen a quarterback that could honestly do the stuff that he's doing. And
they just his arm, his accuracy it is insane. He knows where to put the ball when it needs to be in the court. It's just the receivers are there every time.
What did you say, RJ? Hold on, I gotta see what he's saying.
He says, "What about Matt Ryan?"
That was my first choice, to be honest.
Matt Ryan, you can talk me into Matt Ryan because I think he had a similar system with the coach from, I can't think tonight. Coach from San Francisco, Shanahan.
Oh yeah.
And I think they're kind of parallel with him and Kevin's system. So you can talk me into Matt Ryan. I'll be worried about his arm strength because it seemed like Indy, when he was playing in Indy, his arm strength was like bad. But you can talk me into Matt Ryan.
Yeah,
Sure.
I'd had no doubts with that. I don't think it would have been a Joe Flacco now that I see Joe Flacco playing, but it's Joe Flacco again. It's still kind of weird knowing
It
that
is.
I never thought I'd see Joe Flacco in a Browns uniform, not a day in my life, because we frowned upon this guy for so many years.
Because he beat us. Like,
Yeah,
how many wins does he have at the Cleveland Stadium?
enough.
Former, I think it's 10 now because he had
Enough.
9 as a Raven and 1 as a Brown now, which is weird to say. He has 1 win, well, hopefully 2 on Thursday. We'll see. So we played the Jets on Thursday, who has a horrible, horrible offensive line. So our defense should be feasting on whoever's the quarterback is. It could be Trevor Simeon. It could be whoever. The defense should be. If Miles doesn't continue to get holding calls, I would be upset. But at least he's getting the double team, and that's what Smith is able to hopefully get the 1-on-1 and get in there.
Hopefully Miles Garrett will pull up and get some sacks as well that game.
Yeah, he hasn't had a sack in 4 games.
I think he's just trying to take it easy. Yeah,
he's still like 4 away from the lead, 4 or 5, but I don't know. It's gonna be a tough task. Maybe he can get like 6.
Zadarius Smith, when he got that 1 sack, dude, he got up.
He was crawling. Yeah,
we're hungry.
he did that. He had to do that twice because he got 1 call back for, was that holding or holding from I think somebody held him as a corner, but then did it back to back.
Who's your favorite NFL player of all time?
Oh, all time. All time. Man, that's a tough one.
Eddie George.
It's hard. Man, I would say, and I just got done watching his documentary on Netflix, so it adds to the sentiment. But Barry Sanders, man,
he was a beast.
He was, and it's so sad how it ended there without him getting the ring. But he's one of those greats. That like Thurman Thomas even was a good running back that ended. He had 4 opportunities in a row to get one.
Right.
But I like Barry Sanders is one of my favorites.
Emmitt Smith.
I mean, Michael Irving, that whole Cowboys team was electrifying. It sucked seeing them win, but Michael Irving, the whole Troy Aikman was a good quarterback.
Ray Lewis is RJ's favorite. Huh.
Megatron is, I often forget about him because he had to retire so early because he hated Detroit, which is another sad Detroit story, but
yeah, that's.
Dude, they had Megatron and Stafford, and they couldn't do anything with that. That's insane.
Again, I think that's where the culture comes in.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of what's happening with the Chargers. I'm like so dumbfounded. Like, how do you have this good quarterback with a big arm? Like, this quarterback could be good at it. If you had Herbert on this team, we would be insane.
Oh yeah.
Because I just think they need to find a good coach to coach him up because I think they could be dangerous for sure.
So I had somebody.
Ray Lewis is good though.
I had somebody today say that yes, Joe Flacco's good, but we need to get the interceptions down. And you know what? You cannot count that right before halftime. It was a fail Mary type deal.
It was a prayer. Basically, it was a prayer.
But Harrison Bryant was wide open.
And the reason he threw it to Cooper because he was hoping to get him to 300 yards. Right. I'm just like, he foresaw it. No, I think in that situation, though, if he had a kicker, he would have kicked.
Well, we did go for it on 4th. Who got that? Huge. It was like 4th and 5. Tillman. He's
the future, man.
4th and 5. We went for it and got it. It was.
Shout out to my brother who commented Ray Lewis has that dog in him. He did. Ray Lewis is probably the reason why they won so many championships in Baltimore when they moved from here. Let's not bring that up. Sensitive subject, whatever. Should have been a Brown. Art Modell's fault, but we're not gonna bring that up.
Yeah, it was man. I hated when the Browns left, man. That was the biggest shot to Cleveland, I think, ever, to be honest.
And then you add insult to injury. They hurry up and built that. I'm grateful that we have a stadium, but that horrible stadium downtown. And now they're like, we need to build upgrade, and you need to be able to upgrade that thing. And people are like, oh, you got to win first. It's like, come on, man. You could do so much with a dome. You could do so much more with the dome. We're wasting so much money with that stadium sitting on lakefront. Come on now.
I do know the stadium is kind of crappy, but still, no matter what, when I go there, it is an amazing feeling to be able to watch a team that we so dearly love. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
It's a huge presence there, dude. The dog pound, the screens they built, and just the atmosphere itself, the smell even, dude. It's something that us as Cleveland fans love.
I would really love for them, and this is getting off topic. Well, it has to do with the Browns to really fix up that lake front and put a nice dome stadium on there to where you can just make so much. I mean, you just passed the smoking bill. I don't know if I can say that word on this stream. So that's going to bring in some revenue. Okay, let's add a dome down there, some beautiful restaurants, and just make money off this dome where you can have Super Bowls, possibly. You can have
We could
Big
host our
Ten
own damn Super
championships.
Bowl there.
Yes, and we can maybe host this podcast from there one day. But just build a dome, please, Cleveland, please. If there ever comes a time for us to vote for it,
They're
vote
talking
yes
about
on the
building a
dome.
dome over the pre-existing stadium.
Yeah, I
which-
read that they were playing Columbus for a year or so, which I don't know. I don't know if that's possible. I would rather get something updated. I want to see something. I want an LA type of style stadium here where I'm not a bettor, so I can't say I don't know. I lose every time, but you can do live betting while you're watching the game on your phone. I think that could be a good stadium experience. You can maybe have food carted to you by a robot. I mean, stuff like futuristic stuff. Maybe a drone flying some nachos down to you would be great. I mean, that's what I envision.
Are you smoking that stuff?
No.
I'm kidding.
That would be good. To me, that's what I see. It's like a good stadium down there where you can have a good experience.
Not only that, it's
But-
revenue because you could have concerts there year round.
Year round. And then if you add the entertainment aspect around it, like you have, me and my wife was actually talking about this. You have and they just voted your Playhouse Square number 2 in the world. Number 2. Who's number 1? Obviously, it's New York. But number 2 in the world.
Did you say the
your
Steel Yard?
Playhouse. No, no, not Steel Yard. Playhouse Square. Playhouse Square is the best, second best. I don't know if you're into like Broadway, stuff like that. I mean, you have so much potential in Cleveland. If you add a lakefront with some great restaurants and entertainment, I think that would just blow up down there and more jobs. So
it'd be huge, a huge opportunity for the city.
My favorite RJ, my favorite Brown of all time is easy. Outside of Bernie, because I think that's everyone's answer, is Eric Metcalf. Because of what he single-handedly did to the Pittsburgh Steelers from time to time, running back punts, was exciting. I cited Bill running him up the middle. He was great.
I'm gonna have to say probably like you said, exactly the same thing besides Bernie Kosar because he's just an icon now. Eric Metcalf, the guy was a monster. I've watched his stuff on YouTube, dude, and it's just insane. So did you know this? Because remember how last week I was telling you, Joe Hayden is a monster as well. Yes, but
Joe Hayden's good. He doesn't get enough love. Wish he would have stayed here and retired here, but that's besides the point.
The guy that I messaged last week, the infamous Josh Cribbs.
Did he respond?
No.
Oh.
But I did find out that as soon as we got rid of him, the Pittsburgh Steelers contacted him and wanted him. And I'm like, no. And he said it himself. He said, I can't do that to Cleveland, dude. This is my team. I can't go to Pittsburgh and come back here into Cleveland and try to fight against Cleveland, my team. And
I
that's what,
can't be like Joe Hayden.
right. It was a respect thing. I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
Because did you hear he was a car salesman before?
Before Brown,
Yeah,
because he was was he in Akron or Kent? He was a Kent.
Kent,
He's a
yeah.
Kent alumni. Yeah. Wow. He made money, and I think he owed that to the fans because he knew the fans is what paid him, because the fans were just on Twitter, on social media saying if the Browns will pay the best player that we have in 20 years and since '99, we're not going to go see it. It's probably all talk anyways, but we're not going to watch you guys play. And the fans is what got him paid, man, for sure.
For sure.
So that big ups to Cribs for not doing the horrible tainting your Cleveland legacy and going to Pittsburgh. I think that's what hurts Joe here a little bit, is the fact that he had that Pittsburgh jersey on and he had some good years there, though. He did have some good years.
He couldn't stay away from the drugs, though.
Yeah. The thing is, for me, it's that front office. I think they kind of thought he was done, and he showed them that he didn't. But
That Bill Drive.
gotta-
Another funny
we
Josh
gotta-
Cribb video that I watched is we were facing, I believe it was the Baltimore Ravens, and as he was running to the end zone, he didn't know that there was a delay, so he's watching himself run on a jumbotron, and he sees the Baltimore Raven jump at him, and you could see it because he dives at him, and then like a second and a half later, Cribbs jumps. Like,
yeah,
he's like, I had no idea that the guy was already down, but in the video, you see him jump later, trying to avoid the tackle.
like
Just-
a high kick type of thing.
Right,
Yeah.
just trying to avoid the dude. It was great. It was funny. I laughed. I giggled. But
Josh Cribbs. If we had another Josh Cribbs at punt return now, it would be insane.
yeah,
Insane. He was so magic to watch. And it just sucked that the team sucked, though. Like, outside of Joe Thomas, like, there's nobody else.
yeah.
Like, I can't even think of anybody else. Like, anybody else other than him and Joe Thomas on those teams. There's
Joe
such an
Thomas
influx
got
of
robbed,
bad.
man.
Yeah. And ups to him, because I think he could have had opportunity to go to Denver to play with Manning in that Super Bowl run, but he refused to trade.
Yeah.
Do you know about that? Did you hear
Yep.
about that? He came up and talked about it.
RJ, you talking
you
about?
guys-
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Angel.
You said, do you guys remember your first ever Browns game? I don't know if this was my first ever Browns game, but I do remember in memory, my first ever Browns game I remember watching was on Christmas Eve. My dad took me and my brothers to see down to Municipal Stadium back in that old crappy stadium we had that was huge.
That place is
And we
horrible.
watched. It was Christmas Eve. It was cold against the Seattle Seahawks. And I remember this because obviously the Browns sucked at the time, so tickets were cheap. So that's why my dad was able to get us and four other people in there. And we had me and my brothers, because my dad obviously was being the father. He had the best seat, and it was like brother, and then beam. So whoever was sitting here had to watch it like this. So and my dad was like, every quarter you guys have to switch. Like you get the first quarter, second. So I remember being the middle child and the one that was less liked. I had to go like this the first quarter, but I got to enjoy the 3 quarters regularly. So I do remember that's the first one.
Was that ticket cheaper?
I don't remember, but I don't know. Probably not. It probably was cheap. I don't know how you got the tickets, but I do remember that's like the only game my dad's ever taken me to. But it was a good. It's still etched in my memory. It's the old school Seattle Seahawks uniforms too, so those were dope.
Oh, dude,
I do
those
think we
were
lost
sweet.
that game, but
I still think Seattle
do.
has some of the best uniforms in the league.
they do. They do the color match and everything is pretty cool.
Same with Oregon. I think their uniforms are
Yes.
sweet.
How about you? Do you remember your first ever game?
Mine at the Immunity Stadium was an Indians game. My grandfather.
Mm,
I don't think I was ever there for a Browns game.
really? I went there for my uncle Danny. He used to be a ticket season holder when it was at the municipal, like the old school, and we went all the time. And we were high. It was like you were up in heaven high. And I remember being at games there. Yeah, I remember one specifically against the Oakland Athletics, but that's besides the point.
I just remember every Sunday being home, my mom either making chili or goulash, and we'd sit down all Sunday and watch football. Me and my mom, my dad, my sister would do her own thing, but that
Yeah,
was
we watched a lot of games at home too. I remember watching it, and that's how I fell in love with the Browns, is because my dad watching Browns game and being passionate about it,
same
cussing and
here.
screaming.
Yes. Oh man, my dad had a Budweiser in his hand, and 1 second he'd be happy, then the next the Budweiser would be in the dining room.
My dad had he had the High Life in his hand, and watching Bernie throw those passes to um, oh shoot, man, why am I having brain farts today? Lester
Biner.
Slaughter and Biner, yeah, that was good. Jay Fish with one more JR. RJ says, who's the better quarterback, McCoy or Hoyer? Hoyer.
So my buddy and I made a song about Brian Hoyer, and it's so stupid, but it's so funny. And it's just when Brian Hoyer was doing good for a couple games, it was Brian Hoyer, Brian Hoyer. Like we're at church singing, praising this guy.
Yeah,
Like,
it's a him. It's a him.
right? Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's,
The,
that's
the,
what
the
we
reason
did.
why I say the reason why I said Brian Hoyer is because he was winning, and the only reason why he got screwed because they wanted Manziel to play. They didn't think he was going to win as much. Shanahan didn't want. If you go back, you could watch the Johnny Manziel documentary on Netflix. It's amazing.
That dude's a
The
piece of crap,
show,
though.
who?
Johnny
Who's a piece of
Manziel,
crap?
piece of
Oh
crap.
yeah, like they would tell you that the organization and Ray Farmer totally screwed Brian Hoyer because they wanted Manziel to play so bad, and they were so ticked that Brian Hoyer was winning, and they could not find a reason to get him in. That's why they forced him in, because they had to find a reason to play him to appease the fans, which is weird because the fans were pretty excited they were winning. Even Kyle Shanahan did a PowerPoint presentation of why they should not start Manziel over Hoyer, and the Browns did not listen. Main reason why he left the next season.
Do you think that's what
He
happened to
meaning
Baker? Honestly, here, like he was injured. We knew he had a bum shoulder, and he still,
um
or was it him wanting to play and
I
show that he's
from what the reports I read and from what I've heard, he wanted to play because he wanted to. It was almost his contract year, and he didn't want to get screwed. And I think it was both. I think he wanted to play, and I think Kevin did not want him to play, and he knew he would be suck. He would suck, and he would say, "Sure, if you want to play, go ahead. You're just going to prove my point. I don't
you're
think I
just
can
gonna,
run my system with you. I
yeah,
don't think I run." And I honestly, I don't think Kevin wanted him because you can't run his system with Baker. So sure, Baker's doing good in Tampa, and that's great. But I don't think Baker would be doing what Joe Flacco is currently doing here currently, even with the talent around him. It's proven. He had Landry. He also had OBJ. And I don't like what OBJ did, but he showed truth. Like OBJ was open. Their receivers open, and Baker was missing them. Baker was always hitting check downs, going to the tight end or whatever. And it's it's insane. But
it
I
was
think,
it was a crucial time for us
yeah,
as Browns. RJ says, "Do we think we're going to get the number 1 seed in the playoffs?"
no.
I don't think so either. And you know what? I don't honestly. I don't care because I think that there's enough dog in this team. They're hungry enough. With the morale that's been built in his locker room, with Joe Flacco being at the helm, I think that we're ready for almost anybody. Um, I don't see it being a problem.
I mean, I would like the fandom part of me is hoping for it, obviously, but
Right.
the realistic person in me knows that it's not. It's not. Unless, I mean, the way the season is going, this is what's keeping my hope. It's like, it's impossible. It's impossible. But they're winning. They're winning. Unless somehow Baltimore loses the next two games, then yes. But Lamar's the MVP, man. He's just balling. I don't know how they're going to lose two. They may lose one, but they're not going to lose both. They're just
Yeah.
not.
So I was at RJ's house yesterday, actually, and they're in Florida now on vacation, and he is going to see Baker play this Sunday, and that's gonna be cool because I loved Baker, dude. I did. I still do. There's still a lot of Cleveland fans out there that admire Baker for
Yeah,
what
I
he is.
love Baker for what he is, but I think he took us to where we needed to be, and that was his ceiling here. Now, he could probably be good in Tampa. I don't know if he can take them to over the hump. I think what helps Baker currently in Tampa is that division just sucks. It just does. So he might win the division. He might get a home playoff game. And he might win a playoff game. But I just don't watch him win the Super Bowl. Not that I say this, but I just don't see him winning past that. I
I
just
don't
don't.
either.
I just think he has a ceiling. Like for me, the hope with Deshaun was like we saw his ceiling and it was great. And what he did in Houston was amazing, right? He was just throwing for 4,000 yards for a season, throwing touchdowns with a bad defense, bad offensive line. He's doing these great things. So that's what brought me hope because I seen it. With Baker, I saw 1 year of it, and then after that, it was just straight drama. Him
Yeah.
and OBJ fighting, him and even Landry just stopped sticking up for the dude at some point, you know?
Did you see that the Indianapolis Colts are looking at Landry right now?
I saw that. That's desperation, man. I love Landry for the culture that he started here with the receiving core.
He
I
definitely
just think he
rebuilt it
got
here.
yeah, he just got injured every year, man. It was just like injury after injury. I mean, I wish he would have worked out here because I think he's probably one of the for what he brought here alone was probably one of the best, one of the goodest, best, not best, but for what it was worth, like I'm so glad he was here because I do think it changed the culture here. I do think the front office kind of ate off his culture too. So Baker Mayfield's Buccaneers jersey. My dad said my Christmas gift. RJ said my dad said my Christmas gift and Baker Mayfield. But oh,
He's
that
getting
was
a
your Christmas gift,
Baker jersey while he's down there.
dude. That's I'm. I mean, I can't. I'm not a Baker fan, so I can't say congratulations. So, but if you're
Tell
a
your
Baker fan,
dad to
that's
bring me
great.
one back. I'll
Yeah,
take
he
one. Why
says
not?
he wants one. Um, I hope he does well there. I hope he gets an extension. I think they can win there. I just think they need to put a lot of talent on defense and around him in order for him to go above and beyond. I think they will extend him though. I think it'd be silly for them not to because he's done great things there considering.
It
But
goes to say with the old saying, man, defense does in fact win championships.
that creamsicle jersey for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers is dope. It's one
It
of the
is.
best jerseys, one of the best color combinations in the league right now for sure.
I have to
For
agree.
sure. Would you do anything with the current Browns jersey? Different color scheme?
Um, I've kind of always wanted something on a helmet. I did, but now that we're winning and everything, I don't want to change
You
anything because we're just like,
okay?
you know what I mean? You don't mess with it.
I do like it. I like the all white unis they're going to do on Thursday.
I
I
do
like
like
that a
those.
lot. And I would like to see them somehow in the Tennessee Vols. You ever watch them play football and they have like that gunmetal gray?
Yeah, I love
I
gunmetal
like
gray.
that. I would like to see somehow mix that up somehow. I don't know how. I'm not a good designer, but I think that would be dope.
I would I do like the all white
Like
stuff.
like this type of gray
Yeah, my
would
old
be
drum
dope.
set was called gunmetal gray, and I loved it, dude. It was
Yeah.
the coolest color I thought ever. And if they could incorporate that and somehow into the brown stuff, like maybe I don't even know, maybe like the numbers and the stripes of gunmetal. I don't know. I'm
I
sitting there
think you
looking
can
at
make the whole, you could do a whole jersey gunmetal and do like brown, the orange brown stripes, black stripes, white stripes. I don't know what you do with the jersey, maybe gunmetal
what
gray and just brown and red stripes down the middle. I
like
mean,
Ohio State does with they
yeah,
got yeah.
yeah. It's basically the white jerseys they currently have, but gunmetal gray.
Yeah, I'd be down for that.
And it doesn't need to be like everyday uniform, but
Like 3 or 4 times a
to
year.
add to display. Yeah,
As long as we don't look like the Raiders, I'm fine with it.
yeah.
Raiders, man, they blew. Oh, who did they blow out, man?
Kansas City, and they did not score an offensive touchdown, by the way.
Yeah.
They beat Kansas City without scoring an offensive touchdown. That's
Man.
insane. Kansas City's on the struggle bus right now.
I don't think there was a
Happy to see.
completed pass for the second,
No,
third,
the
and fourth
quarterback
quarter.
was I looked at it, I was like, who played quarterback for them? And the quarterback was like, I can't even remember. It's like 10 for 28 or something like that. I'm like, how did they win? And then I went back to on the score. They show you how they scored each time. I'm like, an interception for a touchdown, fumble for a touchdown, and that's it. You're done.
Yeah,
It's
dude,
insane.
they look like trash. I'm sure Taylor Swift
Totally.
was pretty mad.
I'm pretty sure she is too. Oh well.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
RJ, like Ohio State, but the Browns colored. Yeah, I get that.
I think
All
if they
right.
could pull something off, that'd be kind of different and cool. I for years I wanted something on the side of the helmet, and I didn't like the numbers on the side of the helmet.
Hmm.
I wasn't a fan of that, even though they were old school, kind of like this jersey.
Yeah.
I like it though. Chubb, I cannot wait
Yeah.
till that dude comes back. I'm sorry. We are
Can we go on
going
break real
to-
quick? Yeah, I got to address something real quick.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll be back in a couple minutes, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy this break logo.
All right.
That
Sorry.
was perfect timing.
I had to. My phone was almost dying, so I had to switch to my iPad. Which
Oh, you're good.
I'm liking. This look a lot better.
It does look
I'm
good.
liking
You,
this
you
thing.
got like a wider view.
Oh, why did look? I might have to. I got this iPad for Christmas, and then I got my kids' iPad. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to steal their iPads and then use their iPad instead of my phone.
These
We
are
got them the
crucial for
same
stuff like
iPod.
this.
This is legit. I like this. Cool. Camera looks better than mine. Nice. Hey, we're back. Sorry, I had to. I have a daughter that likes to cuddle me when she goes to bed. It's my oldest one.
There's
I've been doing
nothing
it
wrong
since
with
she was
that,
like,
man.
yeah, since she was like 2. And now she's like, Dad, come upstairs. So I was like, listen, I got to do a podcast.
No, you're good, man.
And she was like, okay. But it's all good. I'm back now.
So,
Family things.
if anybody would like to, honestly, just first of all, like and subscribe to the page. On YouTube is where we're going to be going live from now on. It's just a much better streaming source, I believe. Everything works. Everything's smooth. We are looking for sponsors as well. I mean, we like beers. We like bourbons. We like bacon. We like all that fun stuff. Deathwater, shout out to Deathwater for not sponsoring us as of yet.
Yet.
Be cool if the Cleveland Browns sponsored us, so that'd be awesome.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
You get put on
So-
that payroll.
I don't know. I have a 5 and 7-year-old, and we went to my mother-in-law's house for Christmas yesterday. We started off here, and dude, it was like a gift fest from like 12 to 8. It's insane. Just opening gifts. So my house, every room, like this table, which is gifts they opened and played with for 2 seconds, and just next. My house is a disaster.
Dude, you should have used your daughter's new camera.
Oh, you saw that?
Yes.
My youngest daughter, she's 5. She's probably the comedian of the two. And she, for some reason, asked my mother-in-law for a contact camera like Daddy's. So she bought her this camera that she can do. It's got the green screen on it back. She hasn't opened it up yet, but she got a green screen. The camera to do green screen and stuff. And I'm like, look, you can do this. And she's like excited about it. So I haven't
Dude.
opened it yet, but
One
she's
day we'll
gonna-
have her do stats with an angel.
Yeah, sure. My oldest one might do something too. She did a reel for me on Facebook. If you're on Facebook, follow me on Facebook. I do real Browns reel. She did I thought of a good context of having her do stats for Pittsburgh for the last Pittsburgh game. And she just threw up a lot of like horrible stats as Pittsburgh sucked this year. And at the end, she's like, one more stat for you. Pittsburgh sucks.
That
and
was
I cut it.
great.
I cut it. And then she's like, go Browns at the end.
I love that one.
And that
was
one got
awesome.
a lot of views too. So it helped me out.
So,
But yeah, she can do stuff like that. I just got to coach her, but she's fine. I'll have her on it. Maybe on
Well-
Sunday. Maybe we do something on Sundays if we do one on Sunday because there's no game because we're going to win Thursday. So
so this is funny. RJ wants me to tell everybody what he got me for Christmas, and I was over there probably a week or 2 ago, and I love hot stuff. So if anybody seen me do the hot chip challenge, that was horrible, and I'll never do it again. You could put $1 million in front of me. and
dude,
I'm
we
not
got to
gonna
do that.
it.
We got to do that on live stream then.
No, listen, Angel, I did it during the first Bengals game. I said if we beat the Bengals, I'll eat this chip.
Dude, that's a
and-
guarantee. We always beat the Bengals.
I did. I went and I ate it, and it was the worst 3 hours of my life.
Which one was it? Was it
The
Pete?
new one
Peck-
that killed the kid and every dude. I bought it,
Oh, wow.
and then a week later, that thing happened to the kid. We were at a concert, so I was drinking, and I was like, "Hey, let's buy this chip," and I did, like an idiot. But anyways, RJ got me like a 3-pack of these hot sauces because I love hot stuff, just not stuff that hot. But they're all phenomenal. And then he's like, "Hey, what are your 3 favorite bands that you can remember?" And it's funny because I only told him 2, and well, I really told him 1. I think it was Creed. And not a lot of people like Creed.
I like Creed.
I
like
love Creed, dude.
Creed's
Human
good.
Clay is
Yeah.
one of my favorite albums. But he knows that Alice in Chains Nutshell is like one of my all-time favorite songs. So he bought me that CD as well. And then he got catch it.
Sorry. I was nervous for a second. Oh, y'all about to see
Uh,
my ceiling in a minute.
And then he got me a Disturbed CD. So it was a good
All
Christmas.
good bands. I like Disturbed.
Yes.
I like Alice in Chains.
And you know what's funny
Nice.
is I ordered him his gift. And as soon as I ordered it, it went out of stock. I was like, you gotta be kidding me, dude.
Or you
So I-
order it, then it said out of stock.
Yeah. As I ordered it. And then I told him that.
Does he know? Does he know what you ordered him?
Well, yeah, because he sent it
Oh.
to me. So I actually, he texted me today and was like, dude, it's back in stock. And I'm like, all right, dude. And I ordered it and sent him the order. I'm like, it'll be here on the 29th. He's a good kid, man. He is. The kid loves football. So I was at his house yesterday, and that's what he was doing, standing literally 3 feet away from the TV. Just every football game that's on, this kid watches nothing but football. Heart of gold, man. Just
Shout out
football.
RJ.
Yes. He's a Dallas fan, though, but we'll change that.
Yeah, I get it. Dallas wins a lot. They have a good, rich history. I get it. I have a cousin, my wife's cousin's husband's the same way. He's a big Dallas fan.
Them
Deep Ellum
boys.
in Dallas is a great place to visit. If you're ever in Dallas, go down there. It's kind of like their Ohio City down there. It's called Deep Ellum. It's fantastic food down there. A lot of beer, good beer down there. We were going to go to Dallas this year, but we changed our plans. We're actually going to Disney next month.
Oh, that's right. I remember you.
In February, sorry. Me and my wife are going to Millersburg tomorrow, and we're doing a marriage getaway. No kids for a day. Can't wait.
That's what
After
we
the
did. The Hocking
holidays.
Hills trip this year. That's what we did.
My wife tried to get into Hocking Hills, but she said it's kind of backed up till 2025. I think that's what she said.
Like I said,
At
we
least the cabin she
scheduled
wanted to
ours.
get into.
Ours a year in advance, and we did the
Yeah,
Destiny's Daydream cabin.
Destiny Daydream. I'm going to
Perfect,
text
dude.
that to her
Perfect
because
cabin for 2 people. You got a fire ring outside and all that, and they put Browns logos all over everything because that's what I told them I wanted for our anniversary. We had Browns sheets and blankets, and I'm kidding. I wish. My wife would have
your wife
killed
was
me.
like, "What the heck is going on here? No rose petals, but browns."
Yes.
I'll text
Browns
her that now
helmets.
because she's looking. She will really so desperately wants to get there. She's trying to pair us up with like my sister-in-law. It's like let's all just go as a family. I'm like, honey, it's hard to get in there, man. Everyone loves Hocking Hills, especially the new as they build more stuff. People just want to get into it.
Oh, yeah, for sure. RJ says the Dallas Cowboys and the Browns are playing next year. Yes, and
Yes, they are.
RJ,
Is that RJ? Is that in Dallas or here? I think we played in Dallas last time. I'm pretty sure that was the OBJ game where he went off.
dude, I hope it's here because our home games,
That
I
would
think we
be
only lost one game
insane. That
at
would
home.
that game would be sold out in like 2 seconds
Oh, yeah.
because you got the Dallas fans and Browns fans that want to go. RJ, if you can let me know if that's here or that would be great. But they probably don't know yet. They probably just put a soft schedule out.
Yeah,
So we
it's probably
don't
to
know
be
yet.
determined, I'm sure, as of now.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got the Jets
That's
this
gonna be a
week.
good game. Jets, listen, if you I understand that your kicking situation sucks. I understand that you keep on getting injured, but if you do not win this game, it's gonna suck.
My biggest concern, Angel, is it's the Jets, and they always find a way to beat us, it seems.
That's
Always.
true. That
Even
is
in
true.
2016 and that 116 season, when I'm like thinking at the
Was
end, I'm
that
like, it's the
was that
Jets.
McCown when he did a helicopter in the end zone?
Was it?
I can't remember.
It might have
but I
been.
do.
I've had way too many beers
Okay.
between here and there.
Yeah.
But like it's the last game of the year, and I'm like, it's the Jets.
Oh no, that was a first game. So yeah, it's a different game. Yeah, I know what game you're talking about now. Okay.
So I'm like,
yeah.
it's the Jets, dude. We're not going to go at 116, but no, we found a way
No.
to go at 116.
Well, that was Hugh Jackson, right?
Yeah, that dude won 3 games in his 3 years, dude. Jeez.
It's insane.
I'll
I had
miss
high
that guy.
hoops. I remember I was in the gym and I saw that we signed. I was like, oh, good, we got a good coach. And he's like, sucks.
And then
I
he went to
remember why.
Cincinnati when we got rid
Yeah.
of him and sucked there.
And then Baker kind of gave him a gesture after
Oh, yeah.
that touchdown. I remember watching that what's that HBO show, Hard Knocks, and he was talking to Baker like, we're gonna give you it's like Baker's like, bro, I'm gonna start. Man. Why are you making this complicated for me? I remember why. That's why Baker probably didn't like him, but kind of was like, oh, guess what? You're second string quarterback. You made the team. It's like, bro, I'm the number 1 pick.
Right.
Like, of course I made the team. What are you talking about?
You know what I missed
Like-
the most? Do you remember the series they put out? It was on YouTube, and I think Channel 5 did it. the building the Browns.
They changed that though.
Yeah,
The name
now
of
it's
it.
something weird, and it's
It's called it's not change. It's not building the
something
Browns.
about
It's
dogs or something.
yeah. It's like it's more or less about the game day experience, not before the game. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like it anymore. I used to keep up on building the Browns. That was awesome.
Just like we're no longer building the Browns. We already built it. We're a winning culture now. It's like
Maybe that's what they thought. Like, you know what? Maybe this is the Browns' year. We're just gonna go off on. But I did like the Hard Knock stuff. No matter what team it is, it's still cool to watch.
yeah, Hard Knocks is very interesting to watch. Yeah, the Jets was this year, right? That
Yeah,
was Aaron Rodgers' show, but
4 plays in, and
yeah, done,
they think he's gonna
done.
come back. They said
He's not
his
coming
play
back.
of the year was
He's not
running a
coming back.
flag out before the game.
Yeah, that's it.
You win some, you lose some.
RJ Fish. What happened to Brock Purdy? AFC North is what happened to Brock Purdy last night. He got a dose of his third AFC team in the North, and he got smacked.
Dominated.
You probably didn't see it earlier, RJ, but he seems to struggle against our AFC North defenses. Outside of Pittsburgh, he's thrown, was it 4 last night, 7 interceptions and three against us. AFC North, 4 teams. So 7 interceptions against 4 teams. He beat Pittsburgh single-handed. It's like 30-7. But
Who cares about
Cincinnati, he
Pittsburgh?
lost. He threw an interception there, 2 against us, and then 3 against. So that's 6 interceptions. So is it 4 last night he threw?
Yeah, he threw 4. Then I forget who came
Oh
in after
wow.
that, and they threw 1 as well. So 5 total interceptions.
Yeah, that's what happened to him.
Better them than
Yeah,
us.
I mean he's a rookie though. He's gonna learn. Yeah, what he's doing this year is pretty amazing considering he's the last pick of the draft.
My
Not
buddy
that matters.
Brian Tucker commented on the Facebook thing and said, "Love it, man. Get that catnip unlocked. They're gonna search for it."
Yeah, they're gonna report you.
But yeah, we have a winning culture in Cleveland, and I'm ecstatic about it, man.
It's very refreshing to RJ. Sorry to cut you off. I don't care about injuries with San Francisco because half our team is out and we're still winning. If you're complaining about one lineman being out in San Francisco and they can't win because of one lineman, we had three out, and we're still winning.
Yep.
So I think good teams, and we see it, know how to win when your best players are out. I didn't believe in that because we sucked all these years, but I see that a good culture creates winning, and I'm a believer that the Browns have a good culture. So I'm going to say, Trent Richardson's back injury should not allow Brock Purdy to throw 4 picks.
It is unfortunate, yes.
Yeah, that has nothing to do with him throwing 4 picks. It's the defense. They prepared for him. They knew where he was going to throw. Yeah, there was one when he was in the goal and when he was in the red zone, and the rookie safety stepped up, read his eyes, and just knew where the ball was going, and he picked it.
That guy was insane. He had 2 picks last night.
Yeah, 2 picks. I can't remember. I want to say his name was Williams, but I think that might be wrong.
I can't remember his name either.
Yeah, he was crazy. He has 6 picks on the year, 5 picks on the year now. So, I mean, he's a rookie, so it's going to happen. He's going to have 4 or 5 great games. He's going to have a bad game. I'm not saying Brock Purdy is underrated or overrated. He is going to be great in that system in San Francisco.
Absolutely.
It's just he's going to learn.
Especially as much as us as Cleveland fans wanted that win to happen last night for the 49ers, it just wasn't in our.
Just didn't happen.
And I was kind of bummed out because they didn't win, but you know what? That just goes to show how tough the AFC North really is. Like you said, Angel, it's
the best division in the league. I know Pittsburgh sucks, and that's besides the point. Pittsburgh had a good quarterback and be even better.
But they're still holding up there.
Yeah, they're still there. Tomlin will probably have another winning season. He'll squeak it out somehow. I don't know, but either way, it's the winning. It goes back to culture, man. The reason why Baltimore won last night, Lamar is throwing. I forgot to look at his stats, but from when I saw when the game was ending, it wasn't that great. But they just find a way to win.
It wasn't. It was.
He had the. I think it was horrible.
Let me see. I'm gonna actually look it up now because now you got piqued my interest there.
He did not have a good game, but they just find ways to win, and that's what you have in Cleveland. That's the thing. Like people are like, Kevin's play calling, like, bro, you're still winning games despite all that, despite the play calling, despite the injuries, despite Flacco throwing 2 interceptions per game. You're winning. We have a team. We have a culture being built here.
Lamar Jackson went 23 for 35, 252 yards for 2
That's it.
touchdowns, QBR
Okay,
112.
I guess he did have a good game.
Yeah.
I wonder what they showed a stat toward the end of the game that I threw up, and I wasn't really. I'm like, how did they score that many games?
I didn't
that
think he
many
did
points?
that well either, passing wise.
Well, he's the MVP undoubtedly this year. That's the thing. Like Baltimore and they just have Flowers as a receiver. They're going to get another receiver that he's just going to continue to win.
Kyle Hamilton's the guy that had 2 picks yesterday.
Hamilton, that's the name. Yeah, he's going to be good for them in the future. But Baltimore beat him. I mean,
Justin
Baltimore
Tucker,
just beat him.
4 for 4, Mr. I never miss a damn field goal. Apparently, it's just.
Didn't he miss one against Cleveland though?
Oh, we blocked it.
I think he did. That has the one that
Myles Garrett jumped over the whole line and blocked it.
No, so we're building a good culture here. Hopefully they keep Schwartz. Hopefully no one picks him off as the head coach. Hopefully, I think we could beat any team. I'm with you, man. I think we could beat any team in the league. I don't care who we play. I think the Jets game scares me only because it's a short week and the injuries, but it's good. You beat the Jets and you have basically a week and a half off to rest up, You have a week and a half because you don't play Sunday, then you play the following Sunday. So
that's another thing I did want to talk about is I don't want a week 5 bye week next year. Give us like a week 10 or 12 somewhere.
I think they should literally eliminate week 5, 6, and maybe start at week 7 because I think week 5 is just too short, man.
We're tired, man. Them dogs are tired.
They are, and I think that if he went here that week, I think Kevin will give him a couple more days off just to rest because he did that against Houston. Who's that other game before Houston? Before Houston, he gave him a couple of days off because it was short. I forgot what team it was. But I think Kevin will give him a few days off just to rest. I don't know. I like our chances still. I think Flacco is going to throw for another 300 yards. I want to say I think Njoku will have another big game. I think Coop's going to be a little sore. His hands.
That's another thing I wrote down, dude. Did you see the 2 big hits in the third quarter on Cooper? The one dude picked him up and slammed him, and then another one was like a over-the-shoulder throw where Cooper landed messed up, and I was like...
He's tough, man. He is tough.
But right after that, he made another incredible sideline catch, and I'm like, oh, man, thank you. He's still okay. Finally, like, we have someone with some stamina that could
withstand hits. And his ribs are probably still hurt, by the way. He has a rib injury, and he's playing through it for sure.
I did hear he said that, hey, I'm 220. Give me the ball. I'll get it.
Yeah. He said all day. I'm 220. Give me the ball. I'll get it all day. That's what he told Flacco in the huddle.
Yeah.
And he did.
He gave
I wish he would have got 300 yards. That would have been great. But I'm glad he got the single season record for a Browns. That's great.
It's well deserved, man.
They were have that jersey in Akron there, in Canton, I mean. Have that jersey displayed. Because if they did that for Gordon, I'm sure they'll do it for him.
They were talking about today on the radio. Wow, why are we having so many brain farts today? It was a huge thing. Jeez, man. Well, I can't remember right this second, so we're going to move on.
RJ said, which NFL team has the best throwback uniforms? Man,
throwback?
I want to say
Houston Oilers.
Yeah. I was going to say Seattle, but you reminded me of Houston. That powder blue and that Oiler uniform, helmet, dude, you can't get away from that. Between them and Seattle, I just love the color scheme on both of those. Tampa would be a close second, third because of the color scheme. At the time they came out, you thought in the 80s, you're like, man, this is an ugly uniform. But now looking back, you're like, man, that's a beautiful piece of uniform, man.
Yeah, they changed it up a
Crazy.
bit for every one of them. I mean, they're throwbacks, but they're not like that. Dude, all right, let's talk about who has the ugliest. And I think it's the Steelers. I think they look like prisoners running up and down the field with the
Oh,
stripes.
that bumblebee type of
Yeah.
thing. Yeah,
Dude, I
that
hate
is
that.
a weird uniform,
I
man. That is
cannot stand it.
weird. Yeah, I would agree. I think the one I can think offhand would be Pittsburgh. It's a weird bumblebee uniform. Yeah, yeah, definitely Pittsburgh for sure.
So I heard a funny joke today. How many Pittsburgh Steelers fans does it take to change a light bulb?
I know the answer to this because I used to do Browns reels that made fun of the Browns because we sucked so bad, and my wife would tell me this joke, and I would have to answer it. I can't remember it though.
None, because they sit in the dark and talk about the 6 rings they got in the past.
Oh no, that is a different one. I like that spin. I think the other one would say, I forgot what it would say, but it was not that. That is true. They do talk about the 6 rings. At least we have 6 rings. Like, dude, you have not won nothing in like 10 plus years. So you're on our. Yes, we have not had a Super Bowl yet, but we can. Then let's talk about our AFC championships. How about that? Since you're going that far back.
Right,
No,
let's
you
do
can't
it.
do that.
Sit in the dark and talk about them. I heard that and I giggled and I meant to tell you that earlier, but
That's
I'm still
fun.
sore, dude. Today was rough. Um,
Oh, work was rough.
no, remember the surgery that I got this week?
Oh yeah. Update us on that, please.
First day back to work after the vasectomy, and yesterday was pretty bad, but I was at home, so it wasn't like super bad. And again, I watched 2 football games with a bag of peas, and you're all right. And then you go back to work, dude. I was late to
You're
work this
moving.
morning because I slept like crap last night, and my boss is like, just take the bag of peas with you, and I'm like, I'm not gonna
Not
take
that
those in the
easy.
truck with me, dude. No, because and then I thought I was doing all right, dude, and I was in Lorain, Ohio today, and I hit a bump that I thought ended my life. So,
Hmm.
and then there
Are
was like an
you are
hour.
you are you doing like the cushion? Like you putting like padding?
I have air
No?
ride in my truck, so that
Oh,
helps a
it
little bit.
still
But that
hurt.
that one bump, man, I even texted my wife, and I'm like, I want out of this truck right now. I'm about to come home. Like, I'm done. And it's funny because after the
Props to
surgery,
you.
I walk out of the room with a weird walk, and she's like, "Oh, I love you," and I'm like, "Yeah, Merry Christmas. Let's leave." Like, I'm out of here.
This
I'm
is your
done.
this is your present, by the way. I'm
It
not
was.
getting
It
you
was.
nothing else.
It was one. I got her a big old book set that she's been wanting, and then I got her like a book holder that holds a coffee cup because coffee and books are crucial to her. That's her life. She's happy. And then the big one that she paid for. Well, her insurance paid for.
Take that, buddy.
Yeah. If they messed it up, I'm not going back. I'm not doing it again. There's
It's
no way.
life. Yeah, I heard horror stories about that, man. Horror stories. And I'm like, I don't think I'll ever do that. Sorry, honey. I'm like, pull and pray. Let's just pray.
As long as the Browns don't do it to me this year, I'll be all right.
Yeah.
Just
Hopefully they make it.
we're gonna
Your
make it.
holidays were good.
Yeah,
Christmas was
man.
great.
A lot of family, a lot of fun. I got an unexpected Crown Royal basket or a gift from a family
Is it
member.
the Browns one?
No, but
Oh.
funny story. Not funny story. It's not funny at all. Our liquor store in town here got robbed,
Oh man, that stinks.
and it's unlikely because the guy that owns it is really cool. He's really friendly.
They took like the alcohol?
$17 off the cash register, I guess, and some alcohol. And I
Jeez.
walked in and I'm like, "Who the hell robbed this place?" And he's like, "Ah, dude, they got $17. They're probably still drunk." But my wife pointed out the big old bottle of Crown Royal, dude, the huge one. And I'm like, Manny, dude, how much is that? And that's like $55. And I'm like, hey, you know what, dude? I love my Browns. I do love my Browns, but it's Christmas time. I'm not going to spend the $55. But yeah, they got
Oh,
they
so they had
over.
the Crown Royal with the brown helmet on it.
Yeah, dude, it's a huge gold
Yeah, I saw.
box.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, I
I
saw
wouldn't
that.
have drank it. I would have just kept it.
It's selling out. Selling out.
What happened?
I said it's just that Browns one is selling out. Like the
Oh
one that
yeah.
Giant Eagle up the street from where I'm from, they never have it.
He,
I see it online. I'm like, let me grab. Nope, sold out.
he had 2 boxes. Rubbing your pen in my face. I don't have one.
Oh, sorry. Listen, I want you to tell you something. If you have an iPad, you don't need an iPad pen. This thing right here costs $15 on Amazon, and it works just as good.
Really?
Hands out. I guess if you want to know what the link is, comment down below so we get the algorithm up. This thing was $15, and I just was like, let me just buy it. And it works just as good. Look, you click it on, click it off, you charge it the same, it writes the same. I refused to pay. I think it was $200 for a pen. I was like, nope. I'm
So
getting an iPad with my pen. I got like a $15 case that protects it. Got the screen protector. Everything was under $600.
so you want to see my case for my iPad, and I take it to work with me during the day. And it is great because if anybody gets into my work truck, they're not going to steal this.
Oh, dude, that is dope. That looks just like a notebook.
Right. But you got the
Dude,
camera in
that
the
is
back that shows, but
insane.
it's awesome. I love.
Dude, that
I just
is
broke
cool. I
my
heard
iPad.
that.
No, I'm kidding.
No. Dude, that is pretty cool. I would have never guessed that was an iPad.
Right. So if anybody jumps up into my truck, say I'm out getting lunch or something, and somebody jumps into my truck and they see that, you're not going to take
They're
a
just gonna
composition
push it
notebook.
over.
Right.
I'm not gonna take that notebook.
So I do
That's
want to,
crazy.
since we're on the subject of gear and pens, I seen one at Best Buy for like $38 and I almost bought it. But instead, I got my daughter a Christmas gift. She wanted headphones, like nice headphones. I bought her the Beats Pro Studios,
I have those. These?
the big ones that
Oh,
go over your ears.
okay.
Dude,
Are they nice?
incredible. Angel, dude, it's like the Cleveland Browns this year. I want them. They're wireless, they're cool. Um, when she takes them off, I could hear everything, but when she puts them back on, I hear
Can't hear
nothing.
nothing.
I put them on for a minute and it sounded like I was at a concert, dude. I was like, wow,
That's crazy.
like so crisp and clear. And Beats, if you guys want to sponsor our podcast and feel more than free to do it, because I will talk about you guys all day and we'll wear them on the show every day.
Or you can get lucky like I did and get these for free. For free. So let me tell you the story. It's funny and you're going to laugh. So my wife and I are ordering Christmas gifts online for the kids. We're just tat, 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 Amazon, Amazon, Amazon. So there's a gift that came in and I opened up to make sure, what we got was correct. And then I see a pair of Beats, these pros, right? And I'm like, me and my wife said we're not getting each other gifts anywhere because we're going to Disney. We got to save money, da, da, da. I'm like, is she tricking me? Is this one of those things where you're not going to, don't give me a gift, but I want you to give me a gift type of thing? Because I asked you that question, wife, and you told me no. I'm like, are you going to mad? Like, I need you to be honest. I'm a guy. So you tell me no, I'm going to not do it. Like, just don't girl code me, guy code me. Tell me how you feel, right?
Right.
He's like, no, honestly, don't give me nothing. And then all of a sudden, like, babe, why did you get me these Beats? Like they're like $300. Like now I'm gonna spend $300. She's like, I didn't get you no Beats. I'm like, what are these? She's like, I didn't order those. I'm like, they got delivered with the girls. It was actually their iPad stuff, and I was like, I got to Amazon. No, I'm a Christian. I don't want to lie. I don't want to chill. I don't want to steal.
Right.
Whatever they might be for somebody else, and I don't want to. It might be someone else on the street. I don't know. So I contact customer service. I said, hey, listen, y'all delivered a pair of these nice, expensive in-ear Beats to me. They're not mine. Where do I drop them off at? They was like, sorry. And I'm pretty sure it was a bot because they responded pretty quick. Sorry for the inconvenience. Because we inconvenienced you, you can have them for free. And I didn't say no. I took them. I said, all right, bye. and I X'd out of the app. I was like, babe, they're mine. I put them in my ear right away. So I got these for free. Nice
I'm
little
about to
in-ear
make a
beats.
huge fake Amazon purchase.
Dude,
I'm like, I
I
ordered
don't
none of
know.
this.
It's never happened to me before. It's so weird. But I was like, wow, I actually like, I had a pair, like JBL's is a good, like, second tier uh noise canceling, like in-ear ones I use when I'm in the cardio gym. Yeah, those are JBLs.
No, they're J Lab, and I got these from
I'm
Verizon.
sorry. You're wrong. I'm wrong. J Lab. That's the brand. They're pretty good for like second tier as
So
far
I'll
as
jump on
pricing.
I have a riding mower, and I'll put these in and connect them
Canceling.
to my
You can't
phone,
hear
dude.
anything.
I don't hear my mower.
Yeah. If I didn't have these, I would be using those as in-ears.
They're great.
They're cheap. They're like $20. My brother got a pair. I met him up for the gym a couple days ago. It's a pink pair. He's like, oh, it's only like $10. They're pink. Oh well, you got it for like $10, but they're
Right.
good. Like their noise canceling is spot on. So if you're looking for a cheap pair, those J Labs are really good.
Headphones are a big part of our life, especially.
Yes. But now I'm interested in the ones that you got your daughter.
Dude, and they're like a
Because
cool
they're there.
brown color, like
Do,
like a
do you
dark
think
like
about
mocha
Did you
color.
think about stealing them for tonight to match your jersey?
Dude, I should have. Then I got my other daughter. She wanted Skull Candy.
Skull Candy is a good brand.
Yeah, in-ears.
Affordable brand, I should say.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they were like 70 or 80 bucks.
Hmm.
And those things are great as well. She loves them. She didn't want anything else. That's what she wanted, so that's what she got. Um, I would like to take 1 second to give a huge shout out to a friend of mine, a friend of the show. He watches us all the time. Bishop, um, the guy that runs Savage Multimedia Group, that is going to really help some stuff here. We just got a thumbs down. Love it. He's really going to help some stuff happen with the show. We might actually have some new news next week or in the next couple weeks. We got some news today that is huge. So with that being said, we want everybody to like and subscribe, and give a huge shout out to Bishop from Savage Multimedia Group. The guy is a boss. He is a good friend, very good friend, awesome family. I just wanted to give him a quick shout out on here. That guy is, I've known him for maybe 5 years now, and he's done a lot. So Bishop, you're the man. You know that. Keep up the good work, man.
Big things coming for the Bearded Browns podcast. Big things in the works, hopefully soon. We'll let you guys know.
As soon as
We'll
we
see what
know,
happens.
we'll announce it, and it's going to be awesome for you local folk.
And it's going to be awesome for us for getting followers and attention to the podcast, because we're always in constant communication, from stats to moves the Browns do to just life in general, content in general. We're going to see a lot more shorts on YouTube and reels on Facebook. Just we're going to try to do funny stuff, and keep it interesting. We don't want to be boring, just boring. I know stats are boring sometimes, but we'll put a little fun spin on it. But
Stats with you and me?
just
No,
dude. Just like, follow, and subscribe to support us big time. We're just a couple of local guys that work full time, and we just love to talk about the Browns. We just met online. It's like online dating,
it is.
and we just fell in love with each other. So let us,
FarmersOnly.com.
yeah, brownsonly.com.
Oh, I like that
We
even
just,
better.
yeah, we just want to talk about the Browns and share the experience. This is a magical ride. Like, we did not, we're glad this is happening. And this just adds to the excitement and the content of the Joe Flacco story. And maybe, who knows, maybe we'll be meeting the Ravens in the AFC Championship game, going to the Super Bowl and having to beat them. Who knows? This story is continuing. It's unfolding before our very eyes. And we want to share that experience with you every week here at the Bearded Browns podcast.
And this podcast is pretty much a whim. Honestly, I started doing it by myself because I've done some podcasts in the past, and I was doing them by myself. And you realize, a podcast by yourself isn't so much fun when you have somebody else that could either agree or disagree with you. That's huge. To have two completely different people on a podcast, whether it be us arguing or agreeing. I didn't do it because now the Browns are winning. I would have done this years ago because I love the Browns that much. It's just a passion of mine and Angels. So we decided, I met him on his reels. I just messaged him one day and I was like, hey, dude, do you want to jump on a podcast with me? And here we are.
You're just doing it. It's like you met myself from talking about the Browns on my reels, because I talk about the Browns on reels. So you saw the passion. I talked to you. You have passion, and we were just like, let's just see what happens. And since then we have been on a big time streak. It's coincidence, I know. They probably would have been winning anyways, but either way, I think we have a part to do with the luck and the mojo. I'm just gonna say it. Sorry, it might not be right, but who cares?
Hey, if you don't like the podcast and don't like it, if you do, then feel free to join us every week.
Even if you don't like it, share us. Tell people that we suck, but share it though.
Yes.
Share it. Tell them that we suck, but share it, because
Yes.
that person that you might actually like it.
Yeah, you never know. Opportunity
never know.
knocks. But yeah, there's going to be some big news hopefully coming up here soon. We want all you guys to enjoy it with us, and even during the off season, we are still gonna. What was that? Did you hear that?
No.
Oh, somebody messaged me on Facebook. Oh, I got it blocked. Thank God.
Someone blocked you?
Well, somebody messaged me on Facebook, and I'm glad that I don't have.
Oh, so you heard it, but not us.
Yes,
Okay.
it was really loud. That's why I was hoping it didn't come across. But whether you like it or not, I mean, give us feedback. What can we change to make it better? What would you like to see? Like I said, even during the off season, we're gonna try to keep you updated on all the Browns news that we can get. That is crucial because there's a lot of stuff, especially during the off season, that does happen that not a lot of people know about. Whether being signing people to a practice squad or whatever, you never know. Because again, this year, next man up, we've elevated people so many times. There is a lot that could happen. We're gonna have to talk a lot about salary cap because that's gonna take a hit next year.
Huge hit. Unless Barry does his magic, which he seems to be doing, but he went to Harvard for a reason.
I think with this team as well, I'm hoping Deshaun Watson would take a hit on his contract. I heard that might be a thing, just to help out. Because, dude,
and the fact that he has only played like 6 games or 8, 9, 12 games in a year. I mean,
total
12 games in 2 years.
Yeah. Excuse me.
6 games a year.
Hopefully the team can. I know everybody needs to make their money. We all know that. We like to make money as well. So, with that being said, go Browns!
See you. We will let you know on our Facebook page what day. I like the Sunday idea, so we'll probably go Sunday while the other games in between 1 and 4, where the games are stopping, or maybe I don't know. We'll see.
Somewhere
I'm
in
off
between
Monday.
like 1 and 4, maybe.
Wait. It's Sunday New Year's Eve.
Oh yeah, I didn't look at that.
Yeah.
Oh no, yeah, Sunday's New Year's Eve, Monday's New Year's Day.
So either way, because I probably won't be anywhere until later that night anyway. So we'll go live on Sunday. Let's do Sunday.
Yeah, we'll do Sunday. An earlier part because that way we won't be so intoxicated.
Yeah, we'll do maybe. I think 4:00 might work.
We'll figure it out. We'll let you guys know.
Yeah, we'll see. Well, stay tuned. Follow our Facebook page, Bearded Brown Podcast on Facebook. That's where all our announcements are made, our reels, and our funny memes that we occasionally post. Share that too if you can. We actually have a post going viral currently. Mistake on a lake. Thank you for sharing our meme. We appreciate it. It has over 3,000 likes currently.
I
Appreciate
seen
that.
that. Yes, I do. I will actually try to tag them as well, because that was huge. Also, I shared a couple other things that we got likes going around.
Yeah.
I was hoping that was going to spread the love, but it's doesn't this stuff doesn't happen overnight. It really doesn't.
No.
So we do as much work as we can, and we just try to drive and make sure you guys know as much as we know. And I'm not gonna stop doing it. We love doing it. So whether or not you give us 7 thumbs down or 8 thumbs up, we're gonna still do it.
All day.
But yes, we will let you guys know, keep you updated on the Thursday game. Like Angel said, I think we're gonna go live on Sunday, somewhere in between 1 and 4. We'll figure that out, let you know, and we will see you guys then.
Peace out. Go
Until
Browns.
then,
Go Browns.
see you guys.